Hello, everyone. We are back. It is the Canadian Bowler Show. I am Michael Patulli, joined by my fabulous co-host Daryl Fitzgerald. How are you doing, Daryl?
I'm doing good. Good. Glad to be back at it. Really, it's been a bit.
Yeah, it really has. It's funny with how the time just blazes past once you hit the late August season. Once you get to nationals, and once we have the Canadian Bowler, it's a very very busy time for us. So, lots to cover today. Lots and lots to cover. There's tons of stuff that happened, tons of stuff going on. So it's going to be a fun one. Since we are here, going to do the normal reminders. Hit the like, comment, subscribe buttons. Please, hitting those buttons helps us immensely. So please do hit them. Really just drive the channel forward. We love interacting with you. So if you are here, please comment in the chat. We would love to interact with anyone who's here. Specifically already in the chat, we got Suha, our big fan of the show. Ryan Craig's wonderful wife. I wanted to send a shout out. I was going to send you a shout out later, but you're already in the chat. So big shout out to you and Baby George. Baby George due in a few weeks here. So big shout out to you, Suha. Thanks for joining us again tonight. But yeah, we are on all major podcasting platforms within the week. So you can definitely check us out on that if that's your jam. If you're a podcaster, we are on YouTube same day here, so you can check us out after we're not live as well. So let's get to it. We have lots to cover. Holy moly!
Yeah, a lot on the docket as far as stuff that's happened and stuff that's about to happen. So
yeah. So I guess we might as well dive into the nationals because we had the youth nationals followed by the major nationals. So I guess if we want to jump into those results, we'll go in chronological order. It's kind of not our script that we have, so let's see if Daryl's going to hate me for this.
That's fine. Forget
okay, youth nationals. So the winner of the... Okay, I'll just let you take this, Daryl.
So the winner of the Canadian fours, men's fours, Ontario gold, Alberta A silver, and Alberta B bronze. On the women's fours, we have Alberta A winning the gold, Saskatchewan winning the silver, and British Columbia winning the bronze.
I guess I can throw some names in here.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
So I guess if we're doing the women's fours, is that where we started? We did men's fours.
Men's fours first, yeah.
Okay. I thought we were doing the juniors first. That's where I was confused for a second, Daryl. Okay, so men's fours, very hard to see that photo, but in gold was Team Ontario. So that's Hang Lee, Desmond Tibby, Dave Defoe, and Jake, don't call me Ricky Lau Masterson. So congratulations to those four. Jake subbed in for Ricky Lau, who could not get there
right.
Because of the Air Canada strike, and obviously had a pretty good tournament. So congratulations to those guys. That's pretty awesome for them. Silver medal was Brian Ranger, Alberta A, Brian Ranger, Brad Roden, Nathan Finley, and Lou, my brother from another mother, Hanley. So very excited for those guys. And Alberta B was bronze. So that was Greg Wilson, Rob Law, Ken Olsovic, and John McDonald. So congratulations to all three of those teams. Pretty tight field. There's 3 or 4 teams that were really close there, top of that podium. So congrats to those guys. And women's fours. So you're there. So women's fours, the gold went to Claire Day, Taryn Mitchell, Leona Hatton, and Kira Shalo. Saskatchewan got silver, so that's Harriet Patulli, Rachel Larson, Heather Howard, and Eileen McClelland. And bronze went to Team BC, so that's Annie Matthey, Sherry McGowan, Jill Foster, and Wendy Lehman.
Men's triples.
The gold went to Cody Olthoff, Jake Masterson, and Mike McNorton. So very good week there for Jake Masterson, 2 gold medals. Congrats to him. Alberta A got silver, so that's Roy Riggy, Charlie Taylor, and Pat Bird. And third place went to Team Manitoba. That's Brian Coleman, Leo Dusablon, and John Bjornson. So congratulations to all three of those teams.
Yeah.
Then I believe this is women's triples.
Yeah.
So the gold went to Alberta A, which is Joanna Cooper, Taryn Mitchell, and Kira Shalo. Saskatchewan got silver, so that's Harriet Patuli, Rachel Larson, and Janice Robson. And bronze went to Team BC. That is Vivian Chan, Serena Mack, and Gigi Chan. So we can, if we double back there, Taryn Mitchell and Kira, second set of golds for them. The reason I thought we were starting with the juniors is it would be applicable to say Taryn won 4 gold medals.
Yes.
Not to spoil those results coming up, but Taryn had quite the week. 4 gold medals over the week and a half, I guess, between the two events. So congratulations to her. It was quite an impressive week from her. Very, very good, very strong showing out of her. What's next on the docket there? Men's pairs. So already mentioned beginning of the show, Ringo Craig, Ryan from Quebec, and Marco Vaillot. Congratulations to those guys from Quebec. Hadn't seen Quebec there for a couple of years, and big result for those two guys. So congrats to them. Second place went to, he's in the chat, John Seitman and Ray McDonald. And third place went to Alberta A, which is Greg Wilson and Rob Law. So congratulations to Ringo and Marco. They both played terrific during the pairs. And then John, I don't think I've ever seen John Seitman bowl so well that he did during the pairs there. So congratulations, John. You played absolutely terrific during the pairs. So well deserved to get yourself there. And then here we got the ladies pairs. So gold was Jan and Bev Robinson from Alberta B. Silver was Team Saskatchewan, Jordan Koss and Heather Hanoski. And third was Alberta A, which is June G and Shannon Roden. Congratulations to all those players. Men's singles, the gold medal winner was Pat Bird. I don't remember how many it was, but I think he said it was 6. I think 6, if I'm remember off the top of my head, 6 singles championships between this and the indoor. So congratulations to Pat. Well done. Second place was Ryan Ringo Craig. Congratulations to him. Big first appearance at the Nationals for him to come home with 2 medals. Very impressive.
Yeah.
I know me and him had a really good match in the singles, so I was very impressed when I played against him. So he's quite a good bowler. We'll see him for years to come, I'm sure. Third place was Ontario, Mark McFadden. So congratulations to all 3 of those guys. And women's singles, the winner was from Alberta B, Joanna Cooper. Second place was Alberta A, Jan Robinson. And third place was Ontario, Bailey Van Stein. So dwelling on all these weeks, people had very good weeks. Joanna Cooper, 2 gold medals. Very impressive week out of her. Jan Robinson, silver and a gold. Pretty good week out of her as well, obviously. Just in general, Alberta, I guess, showing why they're probably the top or one of the top bowling provinces in the country. So very strong results across the board from their A and B team.
Yeah, if we're going into the overall trophies, they got both. So you've got Alberta winning the Cy English in the men's. And you've got them winning the Lady Alexander in the women. So definitely a strong showing from the entire province.
Yeah, no, definitely a strong performance across the board. Kind of a bit of a weird one with the A and the B teams. Get a couple people that were jumping sides. Like they played one event for Alberta B and one event for Alberta A. So obviously it's a little bit of an advantage when you have the 2 teams. But I think obviously the fact that we're seeing multiple Albertas on a lot of these results shows that they are, as the Macho Man would say, the cream of the crop.
Cream of the crop.
Yeah. Very well done. Terrific week. I enjoyed myself much more as a competitor this year than I did the year before. I don't know if we're kind of talking about just the general of it. I say it's slightly better than last year was, but still maybe has some kinks. Games are still pretty short with the 12 end games and everything like that. But in general, it's better than it was last year. So I guess it's moving forward or slightly better than it was, which is good.
Can move on to the youth and the junior championships. So under 25 women's champion Bailey Van Stein from Ontario. We have the under 25 men's champion Eric Gallipo from Ontario. The under 18 girls champion Taryn Mitchell from Alberta. And I don't have the first name of this one, Mike. Under 18 boys champion.
I think it's Isaac.
Isaac Kerr. Okay, I didn't want to get that wrong. Isaac Kerr from Ontario. And then our Forster Lang mixed pairs champion, Eric Gallipo and Taryn Mitchell. So Eric having a good run at the youth and the junior with his under 25 in the Forster Lang pairs. And then, of course, Taryn Mitchell just racking up the medal count from the juniors right through to the nationals, the majors.
Yeah, like we talked about it previously, 4 golds for her in a week and a half span. So incredibly impressive week in a bit. To win a couple gold medals is impressive. To win all of them,
Yes.
even more so. So congratulations to Taryn. If we kind of look at the other names, it's like I think you pulled those results right off of Bowls Canada's website. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't have the silver medalists or bronze medalists there. So sorry if we don't have everyone's name. I'll dwell about what I was told about the finals. I heard that the U18 girls final between Taryn and Rebecca Kuhn from Ontario was a absolutely terrific match. Went down like the last bowl type of a thing. So I've heard that one was an absolutely splendid match. So I wanted to highlight that one as being a game that was apparently right down to the wire. And then also Eric and Jake both apparently had a pretty good week there at the U25s. And then obviously if we talked about Jake winning 2 golds in the later event,
yep.
Jake to get to the final there against Eric as well. Pretty strong week out of him. So congrats to everyone involved. Very good week. As I was saying, Commonwealth put on a very good show. It's a very good facility. Been there many times now, and can't say really much negative about Commonwealth. It's pretty much a perfectly positioned club to host events such as this, because it's a very big facility with, well, they have 4 greens. Looks like the 1 green maybe isn't being used anymore, but essentially 3 other greens are still in use. So very, very nice place to go to.
Do you want to hear my take?
Go ahead. Get in there, Daryl.
Obviously, Mike was a competitor, so he was there. He was playing. I heard great things about Edmonton. I was there the last time they hosted nationals. What was that? 2016. Sorry. And it was fantastic then as well. So I wouldn't doubt that they put on a good show. Being a fan of Bulls and being someone who is very invested in results and seeing what's going on, what a frustrating week for those at home. The results page wasn't working. You couldn't get things up fast enough. You had to do sometimes your own math before you got some of the standings working out, and then no streaming until you got the bird's nest view from 2 streets across, zoomed in on the matches. Man, that stunk, because I knew the Canadians weren't going on. Obviously you were there. I would have loved to have seen a match or 2 of yours, as well as all the other people that I know there, good friends and past competitors, and didn't really get to see much. unfortunately. So that was a bit of a letdown for me as a spectator and a fan.
Yeah, I don't think I've been asked more as a player what was happening, like results wise, and like trying to get people to feed results. Because as you said, that results page was pretty much non-existent for most of the week. Like as a player, you like to check how you're doing or like what mathematical probabilities have to happen, everything like that. And they literally had it on a piece of paper inside where they had like with a marker written out who is in what positions and stuff like that. So I think that that's um, a huge thing that they're going to have to address probably next year because um, like I'm not going to toot our horn or anything, but we're two guys running a tournament ourselves, and we were able to pretty much do all of that and more. So I don't think it's unreasonable for bowlers to be able to have a standings page that works and streaming for most or all of the matches, most of the rounds at least, because it is obviously you want to bring eyes to it, and to not have the eyes there is a problem. And then if you only have it for one round, or as you're saying, sort of a bird's eye view, it's kind of suboptimal as well. So yeah, and I'll bring up my other grievance I had is also the with the standings, the policy that Bowls Canada has for their tie-breaking policy is horrendous. I'm just gonna throw that out there. The fact that a fifth place team, when you look at the standings on the results page, even right now, got into the bronze medal game over all the teams that were above them in fourth and third is crazy. And if you go read their tie-breaking formula and the way that they applied it for our men's triples division, they pretty much ignored it and just made their own way of applying it. And head to head is all that mattered, even though the team that literally was in fifth place got through. Not taking anything from them, but that was tough on my behalf. We thought we were in, and the standings page, same thing, just what we were talking about. We'd kind of looked at it. We thought we were in with the way that the procedure is written, but apparently none of the other writing in there meant anything, and it was just all about head to head. And so we didn't get through because we lost our game to Manitoba, but all the other guys that were tied with us apparently didn't mean anything in that tie-breaking formula. So another thing to probably add to that laundry list of stuff that we would hopefully have is maybe a clear formula for next year where it's just very apparent to the players what exactly happens in certain scenarios, rather than it being you have to get a lawyer involved to just read through a document to understand it type thing.
Yeah, it good progress from year to year. I mean, being a competitor the year before, it was a tough one. Like I did enjoy myself just because of my team and obviously seeing it's always fun just competing against people, but everything surrounding that Canadians was awful, to put it into one word. This year looked a lot better. There was tweaks to the format and all that kind of stuff, which seemed to go over a lot better than short sets. And, there's obviously room for improvement to next year. So hopefully we just see that just keep progressing in the right way. And then we get back to, the Canadians that everybody's excited to be a part of, and the Canadians that everybody wants to see and can see and get all the results and stuff. That would be really, really cool.
Yep. Well said. So rather than us just sitting here and dwelling on all the things we didn't like about it, as you said, it improved. I'll say it was a slight improvement. Hopefully next year it's something they can build and just kind of get some of these grievances we have and make it even better.
Yeah.
Ryan Pollard in the chat saying he volunteered to walk around with his iPhone and film. It probably would have not been a terrible idea to have something similar to that. Even just a tripod, like we are sort of our old streaming format, would have probably worked because they obviously have the Wi-Fi, or they could wire in. But anyways, that's a solution that didn't occur. And then John Seitman just giving us an explanation that there was a back end issue from their traditional format. So yeah, it's tough, and we're not being unreasonable, I don't think, to say that we want a working standings page. As two guys that you put ours together in a matter of a day or two. So it's not incredibly difficult for people remotely tech savvy, or even to just do posts like on their Facebook page or something like that every couple of rounds. That probably would have sufficed to do it, but neither happened. So I don't know.
My job is in IT, running projects, and it's test, and make sure things are working before you launch. And so,
Yeah.
so where you go sometimes.
Okay, I guess we can move on then.
Yeah.
Might as well talk about probably what we're excited most to talk about. I don't know. Personally, I think we're both excited to talk about it.
Yeah.
The Canadian Bowler Open. It happened. Daryl and I are probably still recuperating. Yeah, that's Daryl's fantastic merchandise there. He's wearing. I should have just worn the other hat. I didn't even think about it. But if you are interested in any of the Canadian Bowler Open limited edition memorabilia, we do have some available. There's, I think, 3 or 4 hats left that Daryl's wearing right there. We do have one of those sweatshirts that he's wearing in, I believe, a 3XL. And then we have 2 of the other sweatshirts, one in a 2X and one in a 3X. So very limited selection. If those do happen to fit you, they are available. We could definitely get those to you. It'd be $40 for a sweatshirt, and it'd be $30 for a hat. So if you are interested, could message Canadian Lawn Bowler or is it Canadian Bowler?
Canadian Lawn Bowler at gmail.com.
Canadian, I always get mixed up. Yeah, perfect.
Somebody has Canadian Bowler. If I can get it, I'll get it.
Yeah. Okay. So Canadian Bowler Open happened. Very excited. It went splendid. It was a blur. Like, it was a lot. I think I literally took probably a good 2 or 3 days to recuperate from it and kind of think straight. How about you, Daryl?
Yeah, me too. There was a few nights where it was 3-4 hours of sleep after sorting results, getting stuff up, doing brackets, doing cards, you name it. And we did obviously take some time at the end of the day and said, you know what, shelve everything, let's have a little bit of fun, rip down the water slide a few times, try to not kill any kids when we went down there, and then back at it and get things finished for the next day. So it was some really long days, 5 a.m. to 7, 8, 9 at night, or even past that. But it was well worth it for how it ran. Yeah,
definitely. I guess to say we put our heart and our soul into it is an understatement. We both definitely put everything we have into it, and big thank you to all of our supporters, all the people here in chat, all the people who came out to the event. We really do appreciate your support of what we'll call it our dream that we threw together 2 years ago, and we've put a lot of work into it, a lot of hard work, and we saw it really kind of come through even more this year. Like, we ramped up everything this year. We took it from just a 1 venue last year to 2 venues this year. So we had Rotary Park Lawn Bowling Club and Calgary Lawn Bowling Club to host the singles. We were able to take our field up to 64, which made it a nice even draw and allowed us to kind of split 32 and 32. And then we also had the 40, essentially it was just as full as you can make a 2-green facility for the pairs. So very excited. We also had players from all over the world for the events. That was really cool to have with players from Canada, obviously, BC, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Ontario. We had players from the USA, so Oregon, California, New York, or not New York, sorry, just the 2, I guess.
Yeah.
And then we had players from Scotland. We had the whole Taylor family come out, and that was awesome. Yeah. They played really well. It was great to see Scottish players out there, because you get the different flavor or the different way of playing bowls from all the different countries. And then we had New Zealand via Australia. I guess we can say it. So Serena was there, played with Joanna in the pairs, and she also played the singles. So it was very nice to have the combo of all these players from all across. And then, just made it fun. It's nice to meet new people and have people come and enjoy the sport. And that was kind of the main thing we were after. So thank you, everyone. Once again, we really do appreciate the support.
Yeah. top prize 1,500 for the singles, 3,000 for the tag team pairs. We ramped up the prize pool to over 15,000. So we were aiming for 15,000, and we were able to push even beyond that. We tried to give good prizes to even runner up, third place, make sure that everybody's well taken care of, and their trip out is a lot easier in that way if they're doing really, really well. Tons of great bowls, tons of great streaming. I had a long days, but great time streaming, having people pop in and out. Your brother John had Bray, the young up and comer, the novice champ from Calgary Lawn Bowling Club, the son of Billy Thrasher, Bray Thrasher. Derek Dillon popped in. Matthew Hubert jumped in for a little bit after his big bowler rumble win. So it was really, really cool to have a bunch of people cycling in there.
Yeah, no, you can't. It's the atmosphere of it is great. Just like sort of everyone walking around, and the mingling is terrific. And then just being able to sort of make new friends, and as you're saying, like bringing in a young guy like Bray there, where he was super excited to get involved with the streaming with you, and then getting a veteran like Derek to come in and help with the commentary with, I believe, you and John. It's just great. So that's the one part I really love about the event too, is there's just tons of people always walking around and always just willing to help out or lend a hand if we do need it. So it was great to get all these people involved. One other big part of this year is we did attract quite a few new sponsors. I think we renamed him during our thank you speeches. Instead of Big Bull Bob, we're going to refer to him as Big Sponsorship Bob Selzler. So big thank you to Bob Selzler for all the hard work he put in this year. He really did attract quite a few sponsors for us. Just general sponsors for the prize pool, sponsors for the player of the event, like King and Queen of the Green, door prizes. There were absolutely spectacular door prizes. We drew those out after the finals. So just across the board, thanks to Bob, big time. Also, you just mentioned him, Matt Hubert. He was a big help as well, sort of our, what we'll call him, liaison with Calgary Lawn Bowling Club. So big thank you to all those guys. Also, Pat Voss came down from Edmonton, lent her time.
Awesome, Pat.
So big thank you to her. Kind of was like our scorecard entry persons. We're talking about the results page we had. She was the reason that page was flowing pretty good. So big thank you to Pat. And then just countless other people. We're going to not be able to name and drop everyone, but I'll just say my family in general was a huge part of it as well, because my father is an umpire, was running the umpire at the one green. I was running as the umpire at the other green. So big help there to have him involved. And then my mother, despite playing, essentially ran 2 different meals on 2 different nights, some of the home cooking. So very much thank you for that. And then obviously my wife was there. Emma was incredibly helpful across the board. Me and her essentially were the people, I guess, running the Rotary event during the singles. So went pretty good over there. So thank you to everyone. Thank you for everyone who supported us. Can't say it enough thank yous.
Shout out to Taco in a Bag as well. That was my first time eating one, and I could have probably smashed 6 at a time. So definitely something on my list that if I'm in a pinch, I'll be making that again for sure.
It kind of blew our mind, because Taco in a Bag is such a popular thing in Saskatchewan, and then all these people had never heard of it before when my wife Emma and my mom were talking about it. And so then we had to explain what Taco in a Bag was. And then once you kind of get the simplicity of it, that it's literally a bag of Doritos, you toss some ground beef in it that you've cooked with like taco seasoning, and then whatever you want in a normal taco, and then it's all within a bag, so you don't have any garbage, or you don't have any dishes, I guess. So fun if you've never tried it. Okay, let's get into the results. We got lots of results to talk about. People in the chat, Ryan giving us props, saying best tournament in Canada, only getting better. thanks to both of us. Thank you, Ryan, for coming. We're glad we were able to see you again. Look forward to see you again next year. And Derek Dillon said, nice to get a free beer while commentating. So, well, if you keep showing up, Derek, we'll keep feeding you those free beers.
Absolutely.
Don't you worry about it. You can have many free beers on the Canadian Bowler if you're willing to come help with the commentary next year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So who won the singles, Daryl?
I believe he's in the chat. Ricky Bobby Lyons from Ontario, the Dirty Schwa, Oshawa, the champion. Had a fantastic run. He was not playing in those sandals, but he did take a picture in them. Got the championship belt. Had a great singles run. You can catch some of his stream games. Unfortunately, we did run into some weather, so we didn't get the final in its entirety. But after the rain, he definitely put the pedal to the metal and then finished off that final game. And he played against David Anderson, a legend out of Ontario. He's, to speak about the Canadian Bowler Open on the 2 years, Dave has had 2 really good years playing in the event. So it's cool to see him up on the runner-up stage. And then our third and fourth place, Jan Robinson and or equal thirds, I should say, Jan Robinson and Ryan Pollard.
Yeah, congratulations to all those players. In the undercard, so a new addition this year is we called it the undercard. So if you lost your first game on day 2 and you were on our championship side, you got to keep playing. So we called it the undercard. And the winner of the undercard was Greg Wilson. Second place went to Nathan Finley. On the Treaty 7 side, so here's where you can see that I'm over there at Rotary. Over at Rotary, the winner was Michael O'Connor. So Saskatchewan, South Africa's own Michael O'Connor. Congratulations to him. He played terrific.
Great shirt, by the way.
Very good shirt. Second place was Jake House from, well, I guess it's Stanley Park. Yep, Stanley Park Lawn Bowling Club in Calgary there. So congratulations, Jake. He also played terrific. And third place, I'm not sure if you have the picture. Do you have it or no?
I don't.
You don't. Okay. So I was waiting for you to switch it. It's a good thing I asked. Third place was Caden Carter from Ontario. So Caden got third place at the juniors, the youth nationals. I guess we didn't cover that earlier, but yeah, he got third place there. Anyway, you got third place here at the Canadian Bowler Treaty 7 Championships. So congratulations to Caden. One thing I enjoyed this year was seeing the differences from year to year. So someone like Caden played in the event last year, and just his growth as a bowler in the last year is incredible to see. So he played absolutely terrific and almost got his way to that final. He had a very close match to just miss out on the final. So congratulations to Caden. And then fourth place in the Treaty 7 division was Daryl Hanoski from Saskatchewan. So very well done there. I believe, yeah, there you are. So our Village Brewery singles, the winner of the Village Brewery singles was David Taylor. So we had a third division. Essentially the top 32 is what we just covered there. And then the players that would have been like 33 to 48, I believe. Yeah. They also had a playoff. So David Taylor from Scotland ended up winning that one. So congratulations to David. He beat John Lee from the USA, so San Diego, in the final. And equal thirds in that division, which they split, I believe, a 4-pack of beer each, was Adrian Chan and Sandy McKenzie. So congratulations to everyone involved there.
All right. Give me 1 second. For some reason, it does not like...
Well, Rick's just going to love his extra moment in the sunlight here, I guess. Yeah. Let's go to the chat. Looks like we got Scott Hooks in the chat. Said he came from Scotland, mainly played outdoor, quit around 2008, moved to London. He's back playing after 17 years. And, oh, yeah, okay. So, yeah, it's kind of the general consensus I hear from a lot of people from Europe who come to Canada. They don't like the lack or the way the districts are run there and sort of how
That's
it's
fair.
set up for qualifying to get to either provincials and things like that. So yeah, it's fair point.
That's
Fair
fair.
point there, Scott. Okay, let's move on then to thanks for the comment. The pairs. So as you can see here, the winners of the pairs were the Desperados. We named them the Desperados. Roberto Lass and Juan McDonald. Rob Law and John McDonald. So they ended up winning the pairs. Grand prize $3,000 between those two wonderful men. So they played terrific that entire day. So congrats to those guys. Second place in the pairs was in the chat Ryan Pollard and James McGowan. So both of those guys played very well as well. But I guess that's pretty good performance there to Ryan. He probably almost paid for his trip if we kind of think about that. Second place in the pairs and equal thirds in the singles. So congrats to Ryan and James. It was great to see them out there. Hadn't seen James McGowan in probably over a decade, so it was terrific to see him and catch up with him. And I'm glad you were able to drag him out there, Ryan.
Yeah, and equal thirds, Pauline Wong and Cheryl Starrow from Alberta, and Gord House and Jake House from Stanley Park in Alberta. The Houseboys had a good run. They got the equal thirds, and obviously Jake with his singles run as well had a pretty good weekend.
Yeah, no, when we looked at our players of the tournament, his name was one I had to check off to confirm. Ryan was obviously in the running too. And I guess I'm not going to spoil who ended up winning, but I had to do some math because it was close across the board, both in the men's and women's division. So undercard. So again, as we said, you lose your first game, you're still alive, you get to keep playing. So the winners of the undercard were father-son team, David Llewellyn and Ben Rockman. David's from Ontario. You have Ben says he's from Ontario. I'm calling Ben from Alberta.
Yeah.
So
by way of Ontario, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. So yeah, if we're doing our proper wrestling ways, by way of Ontario, Ben Rockman. So yeah, Dave and Ben, they both terrific. Second place went to a Saskatchewan team, Cam McClelland and Mike Kowalchuk. So yes. Congratulations to those guys. I was very excited to see them make a run. Cam had some issues earlier in the year, and he got some, I believe, either physio or he got some shots, I think he was saying, but it helped him out a lot. He bowled great, and Mike's I believe it would still be considered a novice bowler for using Ontario terms.
Yeah.
So congratulations to those guys. Treaty 7, the winners were Ken Olsevic and Shane Kuzik, the Rotary Park Rangers, as they like to call themselves. So congratulations to Ken and Shane.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we don't have any more pictures after that. Second place went to Michael O'Connor and Francis Standen. Third place was Francis Albright and Alex Scott. So brother-sister duo, and they ended up taking down Ricky Bobby, Rick Lyons, and Eric Gallipo. Fun fact, that game had significant implications, and they had to play it, that 3-4, because if Rick had won, he would have been the player of the tournament. However, they did not win, so then he did not win player of the tournament. So sorry, Rick. Spoiler alert for what we're going to eventually get to here. But congratulations to those teams. The winner of the Queen of the Green was Lorna Hatton. So Lorna Hatton, she got to... Was she not equal thirds, but I think she was a quarterfinalist in both events is what it would be. So her sister and her got through to the pairs quarterfinal, and then I believe she also was a quarterfinalist in the singles as well. Mm-hmm. So very strong showing across the board, both events. So congratulations to her, Queen of the Green. And the winner for King of the Green was Roberto Lass, Mr. Rob Law. So yeah, he won the pairs, and then same thing as Lorna. He also got through to the quarterfinals in the singles. So strong showing out of Rob. He played terrific, specifically in the pairs. I'll give him a lot of kudos there. He was playing very good skip shots. Not something we've seen a lot of him in the past. So it was great to see him kind of playing back end bowls, and he played terrific. There's a picture of our winners. They ended up parading through the casino at Deerfoot. We can confirm this occurred with their championship belts. So those championship belts got lots of love and lots of usage. Over we just let them. They wanted to take them for a few hours or whatever it was. So Daryl and I didn't have any grievances with that. So there's they paraded through the casino. They wore them. They took lots of pictures. So I'm sure they had good memories of those ones. So congratulations to all three of the winners there.
Just have a few pictures of the awards. 3 awesome belts. We do get the winners to sign the back, so we have a record of who won, and it's just kind of a cool thing for everybody to do. So the signatures of both years' winners are on the back of those belts, and those mini belts for King and Queen of the Green are theirs to keep, which is another really cool memento that you can take away. Had to throw in
your BFF in you.
Had to throw in. I mean, I'm wearing the exact same thing right now that I am in the picture. But yeah, Bray Thrasher, had to give a shout out to him. He hopped in the tent and kept me company when I was by myself, and he did a fantastic job. So shout outs to Bray, a super fan, I would say. Couple pictures of people in action. We've got Ben and Caden Carter out there. You've got us in our apparently in demand baseball jerseys, so we're gonna have to take a look at some of those merch ideas. But our Canadian Bowler baseball jerseys when we were watching practice. Elizabeth Cormack over there at Rotary, just rolling some bowls. Graham Taylor, one of the Scotsmen that came over to watch the games, in his, if I do say so myself, his awesome player shirt. And then wanted to give a shout out to Jack Smart, one of our para bowlers that entered. And what could be said about this picture? It's fantastic.
It's just hilarious because last year in nationals, everyone said that we look alike and that we're brothers. Which the beard and glasses, okay, but then I show up to umpire and I'm wearing this hat, and then he pulls out a hat that's almost identical to the one I'm wearing. So there's so many mannerisms between me and Lou that are so similar. We got the same SUV, all this other stuff. So it's just crazy. But yeah, I love that photo. We had to take it.
And oops. Also wanted to give a shout out to, where's that picture? I lost it.
I think you lost it. I think it was Andy Caldwell, though.
It
probably,
was Andy
right?
Caldwell. Yeah, I wanted to give a shout out to Andy Caldwell along with Jack Smart. Awesome to see them out playing. There he is. There it is. Out there playing in the CBO. They had a great time. They played fantastic. Some of their games were super, super tight against some top competition. So shout outs to Andy and Jack for entering this and having a great time. I hope they do come back, and hopefully we see some more coming out there as well.
Yeah, like I think they ended up losing out of money, like not quite getting in the money, but then they beat very, very prolific teams like I think Steve and Dave Anderson.
Yeah.
Like they had very good games against very good teams. So terrific showing out of those guys. It was great to have them out, as you said. I was pumped to see them. I hadn't seen Andy in probably close to 10 years bowling. I'd seen him, I think, at the last nationals in Ontario, but I hadn't seen him bowl in a good 10 years, and with the walker he's using now, he's bowling terrific. So it was great to see him out there.
Just want to tell those in the chat, if you were there, spread it around. If you enjoyed your time at the Canadian Muller Open, if you thought it was a worthwhile event, that word of mouth really helps get people's eyeballs. Send them to the YouTube channel, send them to the website to check things out, because eventually we'll be opening it up again. We're already in the planning stages for next year, and we'll be ramping those up as we get further and further into the off season. And we want to make sure that this event is maxed out every time. So if you enjoyed it, if you think other people will enjoy it, tap them on the shoulder and get them to come out.
Yeah, definitely. We have eyes for making it bigger and better next year. So if you are interested, keep your eyes. That January 1st date, we'll probably do some sort of an announcement to make people perfectly aware what's going to be happening and how registration is going to work. So very excited to bring it back. We can confirm we're going to bring it back. Yeah. We're loving doing it. It's a labor of love, as we've kind of said, but we love doing it, and we plan to keep doing it year after year and just try and make it bigger every time. In the chat, we have a few different fun ones there. So Derek Dillon, I want to dwell on his Ken Olsovic. Big thank you to him for his terrific greens. So Kenny, we don't say this like idly. They have the best greens in Canada, in Calgary. I will definitively say that, and would debate anybody. Both of those facilities were terrific. I remember Ken came up to me when I got there and was saying, "Oh, he thinks rotary is going to be too slow," or he kind of had a thing like that where he didn't think rotary was going to be fast enough. And then I go and watch the players bowling, and it was 12 seconds as a starting point. I'm like, well, no, Ken, that's perfectly great. So just shows the standard of care he has and the standard he has in his greenskeeping. So big thank you to Ken for all the work he did and the accommodations he did for us. Sort of the running the 8 ranks isn't, I guess, in a greenskeeper mind, the optimal way of doing it, because sometimes you don't have the best spots on certain greens. So thank you very much, Ken. We do appreciate your hard work. It was terrific to bowl on those greens, or see the players bowl on those greens.
Absolutely.
Also seeing in the chat, Ryan's amazed we got the belts back from Robbie and Ricky Bobby. It wasn't easy, but I think we kind of said to them that we're going to maybe get them their own commemorative belt to take home. So I think that's something we're going to work into the year. So they'll probably be hearing from us very soon with their potential to get their own belts to take home and remember it by. So bigger and better every year. Something we want to just make the players really have those memories, those lasting things that they can have for however long they want to. Okay. So yeah, Ryan, can you hold his next year, please? Just asking in advance. Ryan, we will make sure to message you personally in the event that emails or whatever don't get through. We realized emails get blocked by spam filters, and they sometimes aren't the best way of communicating with people. So we're probably going to try and create a more wholesome communication strategy in the future, I think is a way to say it. Something we're going to work on, though, but pretty much the returning players, they will get a chance to essentially renew their spot, and then after that we would open it up. So we'll have more news on that as we get closer to the new year. Daryl and I probably don't even want to think about that until we'll just say like mid-October. So thanks for the support, though. We love it. Okay. Other stuff went on. We're 45 minutes already in, 50 minutes in here, and we got lots of other stuff to still cover. So what's next, Daryl?
Boom. PBA. PBA Canada had their qualifiers, and we have some results for those. They were held in Woodstock. Some of the best greens in Ontario. We have some pretty good spots to play, and the PBA has found a home in Woodstock. They had a great field. They had a lot of players out there playing. So in the PBA Canada World Singles, we have Eric Gallipo as the winner. So he'll be going over to play on the blue carpet. And to double it up, PBA Canada World Pairs qualifier, Eric Alapo and David Llewellyn. So Eric's making a full trip out of it and making the most of his time over there. That's pretty cool. Great set of results for Eric. And in the PBA Scottish Open qualifier, we have John McDonald. Yeah.
Yeah, congrats to them. Like as you said, it was a pretty big field, kind of across the board. Cody did like his own little draw and everything too, so it's nice to see PBA getting that love. As Ryan said in the chat, it's Juan McDonald. Thank you. But yeah, happy to see some different names getting the chance. Eric's been there before. I believe Dave actually maybe has been there before too.
He has, yeah.
But with different combos of teams, obviously. So it'll be cool to watch those guys. We always love watching the PBA. I know me and you both essentially mark it on our calendars and message each other. We're watching when we're watching. So yeah, terrific. Great to see those guys. I enjoyed playing in it last year when it was part of the Canadian Bowler Open, where Ryan kicked my butt in the final. But it's something I'd love to maybe head out there one time to Ontario and give it a go. Maybe me and you play as the Canadian bowler and try and get our way there. Who knows? But it'll be fun. It's good to see PBA keep growing. And if you've never given it a shot, I don't know, a common thing I always hear from people is they say the national team gets people jaded because you can play so good and maybe not get picked. But PBA, you earn your way there. So if you think you're good as it gets, and you want to prove it, go play in the PBA. You'll be able to get yourself to England, get yourself to Scotland, and just be able to prove everyone that you're the best.
Right. Worthwhile if you're super competitive, even if you're just out there having some fun and want to give PBA a try and support the people that are trying to make it a bigger thing in Canada. That's always a bonus as well. And playing on Woodstock is pretty good as well. They're great greens, and Jim out there takes great care of you for sure. All right.
So moving on, more stuff, Daryl, right?
Yeah. And we had another big event, but over on the far coast in BC, the Pacific Coast Open took place at PIBC in BC on the indoor. And the results are Joanna Cooper winning the 2025 Bruce Matheson Open Singles and getting 1,600 for her trouble. And Pat Bird and Serena Matthews, the combination of Alberta and New Zealand, taking down the Pacific Coast Open mixed pairs and taking down $3,000. So really cool results. They did stream the event, so if you want to go check it out, they do have some of the streamed games. I was able to check out a whole bunch of them while they were on, and it was a cool event to watch. Any thoughts on that? I mean, it's fully indoors, which is a rarity here in Canada.
Yeah, no, it's a very nice event there. Singles and pairs, obviously very similar in a lot of respects to Canadian Bowler Open. The indoor part of it, I think, is what attracts lots of people.
Yeah.
So like to be able to play on a indoor surface, the PIBC is a terrific indoor surface. Like I used to live in Vancouver about a decade ago and bowled on it for an entire winter, and it was probably one of my favorite winters of my entire life because it's great to be able to play on a world-class facility like that. So it makes sense that a big event like this would be hosted there. So not surprised, and obviously those names, Joanna Cooper had herself a summer. So to win the Canadian singles and this, pretty impressive. Well, and then the triples as well. So like very impressive couple of weeks out of Joanna. So very not surprised, I guess. So she very hot top end player. So good on her. And then obviously Pat and Serena winning the pairs again. Saw them at the Canadian Bowler Open. And then Pat also had a very strong showing at nationals too. Serena being a New Zealand, Australia player, top-notch player, it's not surprising that she would be a successful or high-end player on an indoor surface. So congratulations to them.
All right. Running down the list here. We do have an event coming up starting on September 20th, so just a couple days from now, the Atlantic International Challenge.
Yeah, the first time in 30 years that Canada has hosted a international event.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy amount numbered here, I guess, if we don't count the North American Challenge, obviously. But 30 years, so big time event going down there at the Windsor Lawn Bowling Club, as you said, starting on the 20th of September. So that's pretty big news. As you can see here, that's Team Scotland. So Team Scotland is here. I believe they started practicing today or yesterday. I don't know I think today was the first official practice day, and then if it starts on the 20th, I'm going to bet tomorrow is the second practice day. So yeah, there's Team Scotland. Pretty strong team. It is a event that also incorporates para bowling, so it's got para and men's and women's teams. So it'll be very exciting to see the results across the board there. And there's Team Ireland. So pretty strong contingent. A lot of those guys for Team Ireland have either been to World Championships, Commonwealth Games type things. So pretty strong team there as well. Team USA. Team USA doesn't have the para contingent, but they sent a men's and women's team. And then Team Canada. So big time event for Canadians. It's a pretty big deal for a lot of these Canadians who live in Australia. They've came home to play in it.
Yeah.
So like I think it's Ryan's first time wearing the maple leaf in Canada for Team Canada. So big deal to have Ryan back. I guess if I'll go through Team Canada. So the men is Ryan Bester, Eric Gallipo, Rob Law, and Cam Lafren, and Greg Wilson. So there'll be a strong group of 5 there. The ladies coming back to Canada wearing the maple leaf, Kelly McCarahan, also Emma Boyd, and then Jackie Foster, Jordan Koss, and Bailey Van Stein. Our para team, they'll be representing Canada. Talked about them previously, Andy Caldwell and Jack Smart, Canadian Bowler Open, Ann Hibbert, Luis McLean, and Dave Ruckman, and Gene Stairs. And then we have the directors there as well, Carolyn LaRue Campbell and Barb Schuster. So good luck to Team Canada there at the Atlantic International Challenge. You got some pictures, I guess, from practice day. Is that right, Daryl?
Yeah, down there in Windsor. Windsor's put a ton of work into getting their greens prepped for this. They look great. As Derek's saying in the chat there, 2 days of practice for us in the bag, all going well. Greens nice and warm weather. Yeah, players just in their practice days getting ready. You can see Team Scotland and Team Canada there. And then just a picture of Windsor. And I had to throw this in there. The para team for Canada donning the 2024 Canadian Bowler Open shirts. They looking great. Probably definitely stand out in the crowd there.
Yeah, we were happy to donate or lend those to them. I know they were sort of expressing there's some logistical problems getting matching uniforms or something along those lines. So we had quite a few of the shirts that we were able to donate to them. So as you're saying, look pretty good. I like to see it. It's very nice to have such a good looking crew together, I guess, right?
That's right. Yeah. It's cool to see.
Yeah. I think I was reading a blog post. Team USA did a blog post and they were saying the greens were running a pretty nice, like 11, 12 out there in Windsor. So as you're saying, they've done a lot of work. The greens look very, very nice in all the photos they've been posting. So I'm sure it's going to be a great event for all those people out there in Windsor.
They've got shout out to Windsor. They've got a great group of people down there, volunteers, base, everything. Every time I've been down there, they've run a fantastic event. Canada did their training camp down there before going overseas. Just fantastic. So can't say enough about them, and I hope they have a fantastic few days down there in competition.
Speaking of competitions, there's another one happening. So
at the same time,
it's crazy to think, but yes, literally from the 20th to the 25th, the World Bowls Champion of Champions. So Team Canada sending Betty Van Wallingham from Manitoba. She won the singles last summer in Milton. So congratulations again to her, and good luck to her in Australia. And then Owen Kirby. Mr. Kirby won the singles last year in Milton as well. So congratulations to both of them. And good luck. They're playing, looks like New South Wales, Australia. And as we said, that's from the 20th to the 25th. So big good luck to them. Looks like it's Club Barham in Australia there. So goodness says there's going to be some games live streamed via World Bowls YouTube channel. So definitely try and check that out. It's 32 different nations, 27 men, 30 women. So it'll be a big event. Every year for the last couple of years, we've been able to check it out. They've done some pretty good live streaming of it. I believe it was last year where Pat got to the semifinals, if I'm correct, I think. And they had these torrential downpours, and Ann Nunez was playing from the US, and quite interesting to watch. But yeah, we'll be excited to keep track, especially Owen. We're both very good friends of Owen's, and Betty, I've known Betty for years as well, being from right next door there in Manitoba. So congrats, good luck to both of them, all the best.
We've got some bowlers from the US, Charlie Herbert, and friend of the show, Julia Gallo, going down there.
Yeah, good luck to them as well.
Yeah, pretty cool. Running along, just wanted to give a quick shout out and recognition to the teams picked for the Hong Kong Classic that will be played. We have Pat Bird and John McDonald for the men, and we have Joanna Cooper and Linda Ng for the women. So really cool event, the Hong Kong Classic. If anybody remembers from the previous year, Kelly and Emma were the big names. So Canada looking to make another strong showing out there.
Yes, it's nice to see a men's contingent going there. So it'll be very cool to see Pat and Juan play there. And then, of course, Joanna, with the summer she's had, teaming up with Linda, they'll be a strong team as well. So very cool. Yeah. Good luck to them. Their Hong Kong Classics in November, so a couple of month wait for that, but we'll be able to pass those results along in November as well.
Yeah, something to look forward to after all these September events go. And I wanted to give a shout out. Event happened here in at Heritage Greens just before the AIC. An event called the High Performance Foundations. It was a coaching clinic, coaching session, kind of spearheaded and put together by Ryan Bester, Kelly McCarahan, John Bazier, and Emma Boyd. They had Eric Alapode there as well, as one of the assistant coaches. Couple days on the greens with some of the best that Canada has ever produced. They learned things like practice with a purpose, mental toughness, technical awareness, how to prepare journals and personal action plans, game plans, worked on delivery stuff as well. But who better to sit and chat with than, some of the top current bowlers in the world. Kelly McCarahan, coach of the year in Victoria in Australia, which is no small feat, with her own business. World pairs, world singles, silver medalist. You've got Ryan, dual world champion, current world singles champion. John Bazir, world bowls bronze medalist and a certified coach, and then Emma Boyd, world triples bronze medalist, and she's also a certified coach and umpire. So just a fantastic group. And you can see they had a great time out there learning the skills, seeing Ryan Bester on Canadian soil, rolling some bowls and learning from him. That's not something that you get to see every day. That might be a once in a lifetime kind of situation. And you can see the great team coaches that they had representing the high performance team, and obviously everybody except for John there will be playing in the AIC, so you can watch for them. And then there's that group of players. I think I see Ricky Bobby in there somewhere. I know he was wanting to fine tune his skills as well. So great group of players, great group of coaches. I heard it was fantastically run, and everybody really enjoyed themselves. So just wanted to give a shout out to that, because you don't see that every day, and that's something that we need a little bit more of, I think.
Yeah, a couple people from the chat you could see in that photo. Bill McCollum, also in the saying clinic was tremendous, and then Rick, excellent time at Heritage. So yeah, can't be more in agreement as two of the coaches in Canada. Like, we don't have a huge amount of coaching in Canada, so to have the expertise come over and run something like that is a pretty big deal, and obviously was pretty helpful for, I think, a lot of those players to maybe help steer them forward, maybe take them to that next level. So terrific they're able to figure that out before the AIC, and I'm sure the players will benefit from years to come.
It's not often you get to sit down and have a lunch with Ryan and Kelly and just shoot off some bowls questions and have them answer. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, very true. Just ask questions, get those stories from them type thing. I'm sure that would have been quite the experience for a lot of those players.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, is that it?
I think so.
Holy moly, quite the show. Was way too long between shows. Maybe that's something we're going to correct going forward, but I think Daryl and I both were very focused on running the Canadian Bowler Open, so then we kind of just didn't have the time to do things. So
we gassed out.
Yeah, our apologies, but we are just two men running a channel, and we both have young children, so it adds up. Life quickly sneaks up on you, but lots coming up in the winter here. I think we've got some pretty ambitious plans and things we want to get out there. Probably some more content, sort of as we talked about coaching wise. I think Daryl and I are going to probably do a little more coaching specific videos, sort of coaching discussions type things. So look forward to maybe get a little more of that. I believe we used to do the Coach's Corner on the show. We've never done one with me, and considering I'm actually a coach like you, I'll be the Don Cherry and you can be the Ron McLean. I'll pull out a blazer for every episode, and we can give some people some great coaching stuff to work with. So
it's been a whirlwind the last little while, and obviously we've got some more events coming up that we got to keep our eye on, and we'll pass you along the results when we get them. I just wanted to give a shout out. We're going to be ramping up our efforts for the next version of the Canadian Bowler. If you have suggestions, ideas, things that you want to pass along if you were there, please send them our way. We're happy to get some feedback. We'll be sending out a survey to players shortly, so that we can get some critical feedback on everything. We can make the tweaks that we need to make, and we can make the big changes if there's big changes that need to happen as well. And we'll be looking to make those strides to just make it an even better event. So just keep your eyes out for that. And make sure you check our YouTube, all of our socials, everything, because we do throw information out there. And if you are on those socials, you might be the first one to get notified as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. Keep an eye out. We have lots we're going to be putting out there, and usually that January 1st is probably somewhere in and around when we're going to start looking at doing things for next year. So definitely, I guess one reminder, if you are here, and I'm not sure if you have I don't think you have a photo. We talked about it. The Canadian Bowler polos from this year, 2025. We sold them out. Do you have there it is. Thank you, Daryl. We sold out the 2025 polo. If you are interested in one, we're doing one more order, because we had enough interest from people at the event to do another order. So if you are interested, we're going to be doing an order in the next couple of days. So send your orders or interest to us at our Canadian Lawn Bowler gmail.com. We would, as I said, we're probably going to be ordering early next week, and that'll be probably our last run of those shirts. So if you want to get your hands on them, you still could. They'd be $45 a shirt. We'll cover the shipping. So that's the one part. So if you want the shirt, shipping would be covered, $45 a shirt. Please do get in on that. We'll probably be ordering that Monday or Tuesday next week. So awesome. Oof.
Knock over your table.
I was almost knocked over my table there. I was so excited. But yeah, thanks everyone for joining us. Please do hit those like, comment, subscribe buttons. We've been really enjoyed the dialogue in the chat here. Lots of names, lots of people going in there. It's great to see all those different names, all the different comments, everything you've been given there. It really does help us drive this show forward. All the times you're hitting these buttons, it's just going to keep helping grow the channel, keep growing the event, everything like that. So we really do appreciate it. Beyond that, keep an eye out on our social media, everything like that, because we're going to try and do more shows more often. We got all these results to cover. We also got the Canadian Indoors going to be happening, I believe, next month as well, too. So we got lots of results we're going to be able to cover in the next month or so. So very excited. Okay.
Just taking a look in chat. Shout out to Owen Kirby playing at the Champion Champs. He popped into chat. So if you're still in chat, send him congratulations. Send him all your best wishes. Owen, we're going to be cheering for you. So good luck, buddy.
Yeah, good luck, Owen. Just make sure to play not like you're Tottenham and actually win things. So good luck, bud. All the best there. Okay, so I guess if that's it, Daryl, thanks everyone for joining us. It was quite a lengthy show, but lots to cover. Very happy we were able to do so, and very excited the Canadian Bowler was such a success, and we're looking forward to next year and everything going forward there. So good luck to Canadians at the Champion Champs, the AIC, everything like that. And with that, may all your bowls be touchers. See ya.